legalize. Just go to weed and stay with weed.
Well, you basically answered my question then, because I was going to ask in November when the vote to legalize marijuana, what you think about that. So you...
I'm voting, look, I'm not going to take credit for it, because a lot of good people have been working very, very hard to get weed legalized in this state for a long, long time. But I will tell you this. All that Southwest shit that was going on, about 4 days into it, I get a message from my publicist, and he goes, "Hey man, the governor wants to talk to you." And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." Like, really? Like Arnold? He goes, "Yeah, Arnold's office called." I was like, "Come on, dude, how do you know?" He's like, "It's the mayor's office. Numbers from fucking over there and shit like that." And I was like, "I don't know, anybody can do that voice." And he's like, "I'm pretty sure it's him, you might want to give him a call." And so, you know, a day went by and I didn't remember to return the call and whatnot. And I had a sneaking suspicion what it was about, because he's a healthy guy, I'm not. And I was afraid he was going to be like, "Kevin, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I want to pop you up." So I didn't call him back right away, and then the next day, my publicist called me again. He's like, "Hey man, like fucking, I got a message, really snippy message from the governor's office saying Governor Name used to be and kept waiting with phone calls." I was like, "Is this dude really waiting for me to call him?" He's like, "Yeah, the Terminator's waiting for a phone call from Silent Bob?" I said, "All right." So I call up and shit and talk to his man, and his man's just like, "I don't have him right now, I'll have him in a second to call you back." I said, "Yeah, totally." So I hung up and shit like that. A couple minutes later, he's like, "Hello? Kevin, Arnold Schwarzenegger, how are you?" And I was like, "No, it's not." Because anybody can do that voice. But then the more he spoke, I was like, this guy may be the genuine article and shit like that. And I was like, "Is this really you?" And he goes, "Yeah, everybody says that, but yes, it is me." I said, "Oh man, I gotta be honest with you, dude. Like this, I'm a little starstruck. Now I don't get like this, but you know, go Dan, you know." And he was like, "Yes, well, congratulations. I saw a very nice article about you in the LA Times calendar section today." And I was like, "Oh, thanks very, very much." He's like, "But the reason I'm calling you is I was calling yesterday to invite you to, we were having a symposium, ex-President Bill Clinton was coming to town, we were going to be talking about obesity in America." I was like, "Oh shit." And that's what I fucking, like, I told Jen, I was like, "The governor called me." She's like, "Get out of here." And I was like, "He did." And I called him back, she's like, "I can't believe it." She's going, "I gotta be honest with you, that turns me on a little bit." And I said, "Why?" She's like, "Because I was poli-sci in college and shit, and he is the governor, and the fact that the governor's calling you is just strange." I was like, "He's just doing it because I'm fat." And she's like, "Still, you know?" So I'm talking to my man, and my man is going, he goes, "So I wanted you to come to the symposium to speak on the subject. I read what had happened with you in Southwest and thought you might have some interesting things to add, but the conference was yesterday, so you've missed it." And I was like, "Oh, that's a bummer." I said, "But to be honest with you, Gov," and I called him Gov 8 times. I could call him Arnold, I couldn't call him Mr. Schwarzenegger, but I went for Gov, and I thought that was kind of sweet. So I was like, "To be honest with you, Gov, it wasn't really about that." I said, "Southwest wasn't about like me, like I am fat, but I'm not too fat to fly on Southwest Airlines. This was really just the customer getting fucked over." And when I went out there, you know, I forgot that people were just going to be like, not see the truth and see the great funny story, which is fat guy in a little chair. I was like, so at the end of the day, like, I'm not mad at them for that. I'm not mad at them because they fucking lied. They're a corporation that lied. And that plastic little heart of theirs is fucking just as cheap and plastic as it is in the board behind the, you know, the schedule and blah, blah, blah. And they just quiet for a minute, and he goes, "Yes, well, as I said, the conference was yesterday, and you missed it." He didn't want to hear nothing about no five. I'm sure he put me on hold, and he was just like, "What am I talking to again?" Keep talking about airlines and fat, and he's fat, but not too fat, huh? So he said that, and I was just like, I said, right on. I said, "Well, I appreciate it very much." And he's gone, "Well, I wanted to call you back just to assure you that that was why I was calling, and not that I wanted to get a job." Ha ha ha. Literally, he said that. And he goes, "So, good luck with the movie. Everyone loves Bruce Willis, so people will go see it. And thank you very much." I said, wait, Gov, can I said, "Before you go, can I give you a piece of California advice?" And he goes, "Well, certainly." I said, "Gov, before you leave that office, do everyone a favor, do yourself a favor, immortalize yourself. You gotta legalize weed." And he goes, "I see." office, you gotta legalize weed, man. It's the right thing to do. He goes, well, I will definitely look into it. Goodbye, and he hung up and shit. And then the phone rang again, 30 seconds later. I was like, hello? And dead quiet. And then all of a sudden, I hear, to see your enemies driven before you. This part didn't happen. That part didn't happen. All the other shit truly happened. But then a few seconds later,